YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This is your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Also, right? Uh, like this video, share this video, hype this video, whatever the fuck that means. Let the crazy uncle go gain some more nieces and nephews, right? Uh, Intermission is over with. Got a refill. And guess what? This is round. Oh, this is so we gonna what this song? I need a refill. So guess what? I got a refill, and so guess what? We gonna keep this party going. So this one here, once again, shout out to 8 at the table. So the bitch came home at 10 a.m. Said nothing happened. Would you believe it? Okay. So we gonna let this play. We gonna let we're gonna let this shit play, right? Let's go.
Have been married for 6 years, and we have my wife and I have been married for 6 years, and we have a son together. Last weekend, she went out for dinner with two of her friends, but ended up spending the evening with a guy her friend knew from Tinder. She didn't come home, and her phone was off, but she says nothing happened. I
What?
I want to believe her, but
What?
I'm super worried and need advice about the correct response. She went out for dinner with two of her female friends, and one of whom was single and another who's married. Nothing unusual, just dinner and a few drinks. Evening started normal. She sent some pics of her and her food, some selfies, and looked to be having a good time. Then she sent me a slightly jokey message saying that her single friend had invited two Greek guys over who she had met previously on Tinder and who were in the city for the weekend to join them. That was the last I heard from her. She didn't come home as planned and didn't respond to any of my increasingly worried messages. She came home the next day at 10 a.m. Her phone had been off, so no way of seeing location. And I'm sorry, and no way of seeing location. This isn't normal. Um, Thoughts?
She fucking.
Okay, so here's the deal. First and foremost, why? And I have to go back to my ex-wife on this. Why are you putting your business out there for the whole world to know? First and foremost. And then I also got to go back to my uh, first wife because this same shit happened with the crazy uncle, right? Hold on. I mean, damn, people have been slack. Okay, hold on. Uh, these people doing show. So here's the deal, people. Crazy uncle can speak. I can speak from experience because, and for the most part, this actually really goes back to the show that I did yesterday, right? As a man, you can work hard, or you can actually really give the appearance of working hard. But there's no 21 years United States Army. Um, I had no choice but to work hard because of the personnel that I was in charge of and the equipment that I was in charge of. I was in charge of altogether, it was what, damn near $40 million of equipment. So not only did I had to watch out for 30 people, that's 30 personalities that I had to deal with on a daily basis. And then I had to make sure that they didn't fuck up the equipment in the process. So here's a guy. I mean, so and then you try not to bring work home with you. That's the one thing that a woman doesn't really. That's what a woman really doesn't like. I mean, now unless they ask you how your day went, which my first wife never did. All the folks she was worried about is having like a nice place to stay, and then ain't got to worry about it. Ain't got to worry about it too tough. This, that, and the third, right? And they gonna bullshit. It acts like really, it acts like really. It started to draw me away, and then depending on who the fuck you talk to, she'll probably tell you, yeah, it drew him away. But shit happens, which actually really brings me up here to this point here. First and foremost, I can truly honestly say that, out of all the things what my first wife taught me, she said, "Hey, look, don't never put your business, don't never put your shit out there for the whole world to see." And then with my second wife, I don't do that now. I don't do that now. So, lessons learned, but then I hear this, and it reminds me of the situation that I had with my first wife. Misery loves company. And then it's just for somebody. We're gonna go back and we're gonna listen to this shit again. We're gonna listen to this shit again. We're gonna listen to this shit
My
again.
wife and I have been married for 6 years and we have a son together. Last weekend, she went out for dinner with two of her friends, but ended up spending the evening with a guy her friend knew from Tinder. She didn't come home and her phone was off, but she says nothing happened. I,
What?
I want to believe her, but
What?
I'm super worried and need advice about the correct response. She went out for dinner with two of her female friends, and one of whom was single and another who's married. Nothing unusual, just dinner and a few drinks. Evening started normal. She sent some pics of her and her food, some selfies, and looked to be having a good time. Then she sent me a slightly jokey message saying that her single friend had invited two Greek guys over who she had met previously on Tinder and who were in the city for the weekend to join them. That was the last I heard from her. She didn't come home as planned and didn't respond to any of my increasingly worried messages. She came home the next day at 10 a.m. Her phone had been off, so no way of seeing location. And I'm sorry, and no way of seeing location. This isn't normal. Um, Thoughts?
She fucking get rid of her.
Okay, then. So again, I want you to honestly say, yeah, she got her back blown out by some Greeks, which for the most part, right? Consider it my name, Apollos, right? Which comes from the Greek name Apollo, right? God of the sun, God of the sun, God of, I want to say God of the sun, God of music, a man with great physical beauty. Need I see more? So just know she got a back blown. I mean, and again, it's just like what I said in my previous show that I did yesterday, right? It's and again, I really wish that I could find these videos, where that a lot of women, right, They love the regular dick. But every once in a while, they want that one night stand dick. But the thing about a regular dick versus a one night stand dick, you already know what the regular dick gonna do for you. Regular dick, consider what the fuck he's drinking. He gonna pound you like it's nobody's business. He's gonna show you who the fuck is boss. Where that the one night stand dick, he ain't gonna do what the regular dick does. It's again. Let's go back to Avery Spears, right? 6-0, dick work all the time. But you like this. LeBron James, 4-6, but your dick is like this. So this is the one night stand dick, right? The regular dick gonna work for you all the goddamn time, right? He ain't gonna eat the pussy like the regular dick does. He ain't gonna lick the ass like the regular dick does. He's not gonna bring you close to him like the regular dick does, right? So fucking with the one night stand dick is like playing Russian roulette at Vegas. Because chances are you don't know what the fuck this motherfucker got. And it's just for the simple fact you cut your phone off or you cut the locator off. You was fucking. Listen. And I'm just going off of previous experience. This is my second go round as far as like marriage goes, right? And then it's just for the simple fact that maybe just maybe I was that dumb and naive that people didn't do certain things. Well, it wasn't for the simple fact that I was naive. I mean, I saw it, but I always thought it was part of a plot. But then I fucked around and I got married, and then I'm just like, okay, this is okay. So shit like this happens. You have motherfucking swing parties, I will be the first one to tell you that as far as sex goes, other than a man trying to fuck me, I done did everything. I did everything possible, Other than a man trying to fuck me, I never ran a train on a motherfucker because it's just that I don't know who the fuck you looking at. Are you looking at me or are you looking at the woman? I don't need you looking at my ass. I don't need you looking at my dick. I don't need none of that shit going on. Plain and simple. If I'm gonna fuck you, just know it's gonna be me and you. Female wise. Not so-called transgender wise. If I'm gonna blow your back out, guess what? It's gonna be me and you. Close the door, lock it, whatever the fuck we need to do. Right? So she fucked. She fucked. Yes, it was a one night stand. Yes, you cut your phone off. And it actually really goes back to that one video that I just saw with shout out to my homeboy. Well, I ain't gonna call him my homeboy because it ain't like that we talk on a regular basis. But shout out to Coffee and Whiskey. And where the first and then that one video that he did old girl was getting her back blown, and her boyfriend called, and she answered, and he's like, "What you doing?" And you already know that ass was in the air. Hold on, y'all, cause this shit here, right? I'm gonna find it for y'all. I'm gonna find it for y'all. You know, because let me go back. Coffee and whiskey. Here you go, right here. Here you go. Come on, dog. I mean, come on, New Orleans finest. Let me find it. He done did so much shit. Okay, I hate when this happens. Okay, I think I'm getting close. But in other case, I know y'all done seen this shit on motherfucking Instagram, all that kind of shit. But the thing, hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find this shit for y'all. I'm gonna find this shit because the thing about it though, the shit was motherfucking hilarious. Oh yeah, it's right here. Hold on. Cause we interrupted program for another. We gonna get you out of there right fast. I want y'all to see this shit right fast, right? So this is like he called at the worst time, right? But in a sense, you actually really think, okay, was this okay? Look, we already know this right here. I'm gonna let y'all hear this. Hold on, and then we gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Trust me, we're gonna go back. But this right here, watch this. Listen to this shit here.
Doing, huh? I'm watching TV.
Now, see right there.
What are you doing, huh? I'm watching TV. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Yeah. If you saw the picture, let me know so I can hear you. I'm not sucking it.
Man, what in the boyfriend said, if you sucking, just let me know so I can hear you or end it. Like that was hard. I could.
Yeah, dog. I mean, like, you want to hear a motherfucker go slurp slurp, or you want to there? But the thing about it, though is this: did he actually really give himself away on that shit? Okay, we're gonna continue.
Couldn't make that out, but man, dude, why would you want to hear it, man? What's wrong with you, dude? But this is diabolical, lady.
No,
You don't have to answer the phone. Why?
exactly. Why you answer? Right? So I think we're gonna go back to that, right? So
Why do people keep doing this? Check out these other clips because this is just a common thing that's happening to dudes everywhere. Damn. See, I just don't understand why these girls are why just ignore the phone call, bro. You already know if you answer that phone call and you doing the dirty, the other dude, it is going to turn up. He's gonna turn up. He's gonna want to go harder on you and in you, pretty much. So you can make a reaction so the dude on the phone can hear you. Like, how is that not an understanding? Soon as you press the green phone button, dude goes from 5 RPMs to like 50 RPMs and you're back, bro. Like, we all know this, man. Stop.
Bro, that's a good.
This shit.
Yo, stop playing with me. What are you doing?
Nah, bro.
That right there, right? And then I know y'all heard that, right? And then that motherfucker, it was normal, and that motherfucker, he plunged, meaning that he found new territory. Cause why else would the fuck she said, why? Right? You You know, I mean, come on now. Let's be real. Come on. Let's be real about shit here, right? Most put it like this: most men have good dick. Most men have exceptional dick. And just know that chances are they probably like one of the one night stand motherfuckers, right? But and again, right? Crazy uncle, I don't put my shit out there, right? You know, but again, you know, when you can actually really, in a sense, speak from experience, right? And then just know that over the course of time, maybe your dick grew. Which, I'm just saying, look, I mean, if I'm giving myself away, then hey, so be it, right? But it's one of those deals that, okay, what Trina say, the bigger the dick, the bigger the whatever the fuck, but the bigger y'all know the song. Y'all know the song what I'm talking about, right? It's just a lot of women, they love a big dick. And then, but then, you gotta be like, okay, they love a big dick. Why? Because your shit been stretched like beyond belief, right? And cause like back in the day for me, right? I used to tell the motherfucker, right? Listen, I ain't got the biggest dick in the world. I don't, and to be perfectly honest, I don't want the biggest dick in the world, right? I'm built for comfort, not for speed. I'm not a guy, listen, what I have down here, I don't have a Humvee dick, women, right? I'm not gonna go upside no fucking mountain. I mean, because I don't know how to drive that way. Put me on a flat surface, right? It put like this, if I catch a pothole here, fine. If I catch a speed bump here, fine, right? But I don't do that heavy terrain shit, right? This look at yakka 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 yakka. Ah, speed bump, yakka 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 yakka. Pothole, yakka 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 yakka. Another pothole there, right? That's what the fuck the crazy uncle does. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I might take your ass outside, but I'm just like, no. A lot of y'all like that heavy to, a lot of y'all like that. Put like this, y'all like them Humvee dicks or those out of terrain dicks or whatever. Crazy Uncle ain't got that shit. I'm like a Cadillac with mine. I'm like a Cadillac. I put like this. I'm a Cadillac with the little birds in the emblem, okay? And with the crest. Put like this. You can't even find that shit no more in a motherfucking Cadillac. I'm a motherfucking factory original, okay? I'm just telling you what the fuck I do. But I'm a factory original for one woman and for one woman only. Let's not get this shit twisted. A lot of motherfuckers want to test drive, but no, we ain't doing that shit here. We are not doing that shit here. Don't ask me, because it's just a fact. The ride can be so goddamn smooth, it's gonna throw your ass off. And then you're gonna nut before you want to. You're gonna nut before you want to. Right? Whether it's on my dick or on my face. It really don't matter at this particular point. So with all that being said, we're gonna go back to original programming. So hold on. And no, I'm not one of them, I don't listen, I don't lie on my dick. I'm not that kind of shit there. It's not what the fuck I do, but y'all know what the fuck I'm drinking. But don't come to me, please. Do not come my goddamn way. I'm gonna disappoint you. Plain and simple. Because the only one that I'm trying to do, slap, watch it jiggle, is my sweet sweet. All right? So, hold on. Let's make sure we got it. Let's make sure we got it, right? You know, but hey, let's continue.
I don't give a fuck what she said. I don't care what she said. Yo,
What did she say as to why she came home 10 a.m. the next day, though?
We don't have it.
I know, but I'm just saying nothing happened, but
Now, she said that they don't have it. Because, see, here's the deal. To be perfectly honest, right? I can do this shit all goddamn day long, right? So as y'all see me, right? I'm on my phone, right? But it's too easy for a motherfucker. That can be like, motherfucker can be like, doing a show, right? And then, like, what the fuck they doing, right? Because because the average motherfucker, because I tend to look at motherfuckers like how I looked at Kevin Samuels or anything else, and to be perfectly honest, at this day and age in 2026, I can look at it now and I'm just like, okay, apparently motherfuckers, they still want to put their business out there. I know what the fuck you do. I put like this. I know what the fuck did you try to catch. But as you see me on my phone right now, right? Y'all see me texting. But for the most part, I could be acting like really, I could be like, okay, hey, guess what? This is bullshit. I'm doing bullshit here, right? And and the barbell didn't cross her boots, right? So, but basically, what I'm saying is this: it's too easy for me to like hold my phone like this and actually really tell you a bullshit story. Because why would anybody actually really tell you about their fucking business, especially at this day and age? Because 9 times out of 10, basically all what the fuck that you doing, you saying that, not to say that you ain't got a big enough dick. It could be just for the simple fact that you ain't lasting long. You not lasting long enough. Okay, so it's almost for the simple. Okay, so how do we rectify that? It's quite obvious they've been fucking pretty tough. 6 years, right? You got a baby by this dude. If indeed that's even the case, right? So again, you go out with your girls, right? To be perfectly honest, I know motherfuckers cheat. I know motherfuckers cheat because they do it because, for one, the thrill of it. The fact that you doing something that you ain't got no business doing, it makes your dick hard. It makes your pussy wet. I get all that. But at the same time, right? It's just like the clips that I sold y'all, right? Although all true, but the thing about it, if you know your bitch is like that, why put her on speakerphone? That motherfucker filed some new shit, some shit that you can't reach. Or it's just for the simple fact that you was just with the regular yaka yaka yaka. But you gotta dig. You didn't dig. You could have made her say that. Or maybe it's just for the simple fact that you tried to dig and you couldn't do it. Right? That's where the tongue and the fingers come into play. Suck that clit. Suck that clit. Give her a rim job. Lick around her asshole. Stick it in her asshole. Stick this motherfucker in her asshole. Right? Whatever the fuck that you don't make up with your dick, you got a tongue and the double kickstand. Or you can. Hello?
Hey, baby, you didn't go to Fazio, did you?
No, I'm doing a show. What's going on?
Okay, don't do it. I didn't see your shoes, but I see them now. I did order them. I knew I went tripping. So don't get none. You already got some.
Okay, then, sweet, sweet.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You know, wife taking care of me, as always. But I'm just saying, right? You know, and then you got those ones that they can be like, okay, ooh. Let's just say that it's a select few that they could be like that they truly love their husband. That they truly love their husband. I have one. Right? And I truly, listen, I truly love my wife. I truly love my wife. I really do. And then, but you know, that time that I feel like, okay, I can do a little bit better than what the fuck I'm doing now. And no, it's not about the young booty or the younger booty, or it could be like booty that's the same age, you know, because you know, I don't put an age on booty. I really don't. I mean, because why? You know, it's just one of those deals that I mean, why would you put an age on booty? Why would you put an age on dick? You know, I saw some shit what O'Shea Duke Jackson did about Tracy Ellis Ross. Motherfuckers holler out. Well, man, her age can't do it like how she wanted to be done, but you never said how you want it done to you. See, you know, that's a contributing factor, right? And then you just looking for the YN to just go balls to the wall, right? But the thing about it though is this, with you older women, Tracy Ellis Ross, Nia Long, you know, it's just like, okay, you really gotta ask yourself this question. Are they fucking you because you older? Or are they fucking you because you famous? Because it ain't nothing for a young nigga. Yes, I say a young nigga. To be able to say that they climbed that mountain and planted that flag that says Nia Long. It ain't nothing for a YN to climb that mountain and plant that flag that says Tracy Ellis Ross. It ain't nothing for a young nigger to climb that flag that says motherfucking Lisa Ray. But at the same time, though, right? what Eddie Murphy said, right? When you're young, right? You just got one look on your face because you surprised you fuck, right? Motherfuckers, they be surprised. They like, damn, I'm fucking Nia Long. I'm fucking Tracy Ellis Ross. I'm fucking Lisa Ray, right? Regardless of how old they are, you just surprised you fucking. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Your phone don't go off
Why
twice.
did you come home the next day?
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. First of all, okay, she liked the attention from the gentleman. You know your spouse's patterns.
Mhm.
You know your girlfriend's patterns. All of a sudden, the phone doesn't work. The phone doesn't work.
And
I
you
gotta text
sleeping
you,
out?
Grace.
So again, I'm gonna cut this shit off before too long, but it's like, okay, I can speak from experience, and that's why I divorced her, right? Because, and I get it. When I get it, everybody, most women, they like the BB, what I like to call the the BBD, the bigger, better dick. But at the same time, right? And I can't even say that because of what I provided for her, it didn't matter. The average woman don't really care about your money. The average woman, they feel like, look, if you can dig them down real good, it's what I said in the 2 previous shows. If you can dig a woman down real good without doing anything else, they gonna come back for seconds, third, fourths, and fifths. And then for the most part, if you really, truly, honestly good, they may do a tattoo. They may do a tattoo. They may do a tattoo. They may do a tattoo of your name or their face. But again, right? Is it really your fault? Is it you as a man? Is it really your fault? You can only work with Yahweh gave you. If Yahweh gave you 4 or 3, whatever, whatever he decided to give you, that's something that you got to work with. Whether it's hereditary or you got some malfunction going on down there, whatever the case may be, right? I don't put it this. I haven't measured mine. I don't care to measure mine. But just know, my wife enjoys it, right? And then up to a certain degree, right? My ex-wife, she did. But I go back and I look at that whole first marriage and then just know that it was fucked up. It was never meant to be perfectly honest with you. Right? And then I didn't catch it. I got infiltrated. I'll be the first one to tell you. A lot of shit that I didn't see coming. And it was not until after the fact, I'm like, oh shit, okay. So that's what the fuck we doing. And then it stayed that way prompt up until we actually really got a divorce. I'll never forget it. What was that? It was either my 40. Well, I think it was my 42nd, right? Because I didn't graduate until I forget when I graduated, but yeah, I graduated. I forget when I retired, but I was in my early 40s. But I want to say it was my 41st. And I never forget what happened. I never forget what happened that day or that night, rather. And then God for me that my tolerance level was etched. My tolerance level was at such of a high level that them motherfuckers they tried to date rape me. I mean date, drug, or whatever. And I was telling her then, right? You know, hey baby, we gotta get out of here. And she was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I think they got me. And then I heard and told her, right, you know, pull your drink out. Pull your drink out, you know, before they get you. You know, so it was, and then I just know that I was gone. I was gone, y'all. But you know, I couldn't really do anything. I mean, I don't know how that shit worked, but you know, it was one of those days that okay, I could have fought to that shit, you know, if I wanted to, because previous to that I've drinking everything possible, so I know how to fight through shit. I know how to fight through shit, but you know, it's this is one of those things that I get it. Everybody ain't like that. People can fight through anything, but I'm just like, how tough did she fight? If indeed this is even a real case, I know I went too far. Let's go.
Crazily, I would never. Oh my God.
You would never what?
I would never text you crazily. First of all, like that's you know what it is. Like you just beating a dead horse at that
Even
point.
if you're worried, you wouldn't.
You get 2 texts, and it's not going to be crazy. Like you know, like I'm saying, I know the pattern,
Okay.
right? So after the first text, it's like, all right, I bet she could be drinking, she could be whatever, right? The second text, you already told me you out with some stranger with the Greeks and
From Tinder.
That was
Okay, first and foremost, and okay, and I'm done with this. I'm actually really done with this. I'm done with this, you know, because here's the deal, right? First and foremost, right? It's just like what I said earlier. Misery loves company. You going out with a whole bunch of your single friends. First and foremost, why are you doing it in the first place? Right? And then it's just for the simple fact what I told you about my first wife, right? Her husband, she was married. And it's quite obvious both of them was fucking other folk, right? And so, and you know, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but it's just for some fact, right? Married women do this shit too. Just because the motherfucker got a ring on their finger don't mean shit. And she truly, honestly felt that her husband wasn't digging her down. Her husband wasn't digging her down like she wanted to get digged down. Right? And then when you swing, when you motherfucking swing, and then when you find that shit, then hey, it is what it is. But, you know, it's almost like, okay, when you swing, right? Then shit changes. And then, and then just know that depending on who the fuck you swing with, right? Shit changes. Shit changes, right? You know, and then sometimes you figure out, okay, I know why you swinging. I know why you swinging, right? Because you ain't got the proper. You ain't got the proper to work. You ain't got the you ain't got the proper equipment. But then again, I was like, why the fuck you stay so long? Why the fuck you stay so long? And then and then again, it actually really goes about, okay, how do you as a woman look? Are you actually really gonna be appealing to anybody else? Alcohol is a motherfucker. Plain and simple. Right? And then y'all can actually really take what the fuck I just told y'all any way possible. Yes, and I'm just gonna come out and say, yes, the crazy Uncle Swamp. Crazy Uncle Swamp. I swear. I put it like this. As far as like sex goes, other than a man trying to fuck me or watch me fuck, right? You know, I been there, done that. Been there, done that. It ain't really ain't nothing that I haven't done sexually that I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I mean, I done put like this. I done fucked other bitches, on deployment. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about my army days now. I done fucked, especially like when I was in Korea, right? And like the first time, I didn't put like this. I can truly, honestly say that I done fucked probably every nationality possible. Mixture or not, I done fucked a German and a Puerto Rican. I done fucked a German and a so-called African American. I done fucked a straight Korean. I done fucked a Korean and African American, Korean and Mexican, Korean, so like this. I done fucked, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I done fucked the whole smorgasbord. But after fucking who I done fucked, pussy is pussy. Plain and simple. Cut the lights out, right? And again, it's just like what I told y'all in the show yesterday, right? Pussy is pussy, right? It's the body that it's attached to. And, it's just for the simple fact that I said this the same shit about dick. All women love dick. You might not love the motherfuckers that it's attached to. And then, depending on how big that motherfucker is, and then, even then, how big that motherfucker is, how long you actually really gonna last. If you in there like a motherfucking 30-second commercial, then you just got a big dick. You in the sense, you old LeBron James motherfucker. You old 4 and 6 type of motherfucker. I like to consider myself as a Michael Jordan type motherfucker. I'm undefeated. MVP motherfucker right here. Right? But I'm not trying to draw nobody in. I'm with who I want to be with. Right? So it's for the simple fact, right? Listen, he lucky that she came home at 10. He lucky that she came home at 10. She lucky. And I'm putting Omar Johnson. Notice I didn't say doctor, right? But he lucky that she didn't come home, that she came home at 10. Because here's the deal. I could do fill in the blank for y'all. That Greek person, he ate the pussy like it's never been ate before. Meaning, he didn't do this. He sucked clit like he sucking the motherfucking nipple. Gave her a rim job, circled that asshole, and stuck his tongue in her asshole. He probably had a cough drop and blew in her ass. So she caught that mentedness. If that's even a motherfucking word. She felt that cool, minty feeling going up her ass, and it drove her crazy. And then just for the simple fact, right, these are two Greeks. My name comes from the Greek god Apollo. I'm probably as nasty, as freaky as they come. But guess what? I'm only as nasty, as freaky as they come to one individual. That's my wife. That's my sweet, sweet, you know? And, you know, but the thing about it, though, is this. It's almost like, and my shoulder's hurting, you know, felt my shoulder pulling. But the whole deal is this. You gotta, to be perfectly honest, you almost gotta show, look, showing the goods is one thing. Anybody can show the goods. They were like, ooh, that's a nice piece. How well does it shoot? Ooh, that's a nice piece. How well does it squirt? And then it's just for the feedback, you know, it all depends on the individual, people, right? A gun can only shoot as far as the ammunition. I tend to look at women as gunpowder, right? And then, as far as women goes, y'all should look at men as the same way that we look at y'all. Y'all the gunpowder. Y'all the old gun. Put the gunpowder in, yaka, 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 right? Pussy get wet, put the gunpowder in, and then if you prime it just right, boom! Because it's all about that rod, or it's about pulling the trigger, right? You know, so apparently the trigger was pulled. Old boy went old school. He put the gunpowder in, or whatever. Gunpowder, right here. So I'm just telling y'all how this should go. And I already know that, just like the previous 2 shows that I did, I already know that this shit ain't going nowhere. But you know, it's for me. It ain't too many motherfuckers that y'all can have out there. Shout out to Anger Man. Shout out to anybody else that acts like really. I'm not gonna say that they know what the fuck is going on, because a lot of motherfuckers will report on what's going on. They overstand. They don't overstand. They understand. They know they understand. They acknowledge that the fact that it's there. But they don't know why it's there. I know why it's there. I'm the ultimate sexist. I'm the ultimate feminist, and I'm also, I know y'all gonna get pissed off when I say this, right? But I'm also the ultimate racist. I know what motherfuckers want. I have studied the human race. I know why we're the color that we are. I know what you like. I know what you dislike. I understand why a lot of women, a lot of so-called white women, that y'all love the black man. And that's, you know, that's just across the board. I mean, shit. Look at the crazy uncle. I'm 53 years old. That's right. I'm still there. I'm still there. Right? You know, but I'm not advertising. I'm already taken for, ladies. I'm already taken for. So you can't catch me. I don't want you like that. Right? So it is what it is. It is what it is, woman. You know, woman. It is what it is, people. Like no bullshit. Right? You know. Hey, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to find that niche. Trust me, I'm trying to find that niche. And then who's to say? I may be saying anything and everything the right way, but, and I know it's not y'all. I know it's not my 132 nieces and nephews. But it's just funny that I don't get a whole lot of views. You know, and just know this. YouTube. I don't want, listen, I don't want or need your motherfucking money. I'm retired. I'm just doing this shit for fun. Give me what the fuck you owe me. I talked to my family members. They watch my shit, and then they're surprised that, damn, you only got that many views. I mean, that great fact. Family is one thing. Family understands you. Friends understand you. At least I hope they do. But I don't know. This might be my last show, people. Like, seriously. Because I hate putting my heart out on shit. And no, this is not a sympathy plea. Right? Y'all might look at it as a sympathy plea, but just know, if indeed this is my last show, and if I don't do shit for months on out, then you're actually damn, that motherfucker, he was really serious about his shit. But chances are I'm not gonna do that because I just do this just for the love. And then even if I get 5 views out of this show, I've done my job. I've done it, you know, this you know, minus me actually going there and make sure that everything is good, you know, but I you know, I speak from experience. I mean, what the fuck else? I mean, I can't just sit up here and just give you a show, give you content, and not actually like really talk about it. I've seen too much. I've seen too much. I've done too much. So when the crazy uncle gives y'all a perspective, I can be like, hey, I've done that. I've seen that. I know what the fuck that is. I already know what the fuck is gonna go down. Crazy uncle is trying to teach y'all something. Yes, I may call y'all motherfucker this, think that stupid something is dead. Next Tuesday, motherfucker the other. But just know, crazy uncle love y'all. But hey, it is what it is. My second show for the day. I'm not going to the gym for the rest of this week, so it all depends on how the fuck I feel. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street by the corner. Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Up. Crazy Up. Damn. Yeah, I'm drunk. You know, or at least I'm feeling it. I love y'all. Hey. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later.